Right now we're playing Blasphemous 2. It is... Ow. A Metroid-esque game, as was Blasphemous 1, which we played, a long time ago now. I'm pretty late in the game at this point. We started today at 75-ish%. I'm starting to think we're probably not finishing today. I think maybe we could have if I had, like, mainlined progression. But who mainlines progression, you know? We got stuff to collect. I love collecting stuff. Alright, so we got the loop there, but you can see we've gone through most of this map, I think. We're getting dang close. But you also haven't touched fighting games in a while. Fair. Speaking of fighting games, did I see the trailers for Marvel Tokon and Invincible Versus? I did. Marvel Tokon, I'll definitely say I was more excited for than the Invincible game. Not because I have anything against Invincible or anything. I've watched that show. It's fine. But Tokon and Guilty Gear Strive in general is something I'm a little more interested in. And I say Guilty Gear Strive in particular because watching that trailer, you can see some fucking Guilty Gear Strive in that fucking game. There's absolutely no denying they have put some Guilty Gear into that Marvel game. But also, I think that Marvel game looked pretty cool. I'm a little scared. I'm not really a tag player usually. I know I'm someone who's been vocal about 2XKO and my excitement for that game, which is also a tag game. But four tags, like 4 people on a team, seems extreme. I am already, I'm gonna say, not very good at following like Marvel 3. I never played it, really. I'm sure I could have learned to, like, follow it, but I was never very good at following it. It's broken on this side. Do you think that broke when I went through the boss corridor? I could swap over and check fairly quick. I don't even have to swap over to check very quick, actually. Okay, I'm gonna check really quick because it's like right next to a save point. Which means, in theory, I can just go there. Which is funny, because it lets me flip the world over without going through the world flipping mechanic, but whatever. They've already confirmed you can make it so the other 3 characters are assists instead. Yes. Which I do appreciate. But we'll see. I'm not, like, trying to poo-poo on it or nothing. But I do worry that it maybe is going to be a game that is hectic in a way that I can't really keep up with. But it does look really cool. And it's nice to see Marvel finally getting fighting game stuff going again. Why are you okay here? Something is going on with this dang mirror. It's too fishy. It's not the right... No, it's not. I was like, I don't remember having to fight this guy on the way in. I would have killed him, right? I am a floor below. Alright. Alright. Let's check out whatever the heck this boss is about to be. Oh. That's a lady who's been, like, following me around. What's she doing on the ground? Even tempted to hop back into Strive? Me too, a little bit. I think I might have... Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I was wildly unprepared for that. I think I may have picked up Season 3 finally. Ow. While it was on sale or something during the last week or two. And I do recall being like, ooh, Elfelt and Slayer both look pretty fun. Well, the fact that I haven't touched that game in like a year and I still picked up the DLC tells you something. Now I just have to convince myself to... Oh my gosh. Does it always spawn in the same spot? I thought maybe it spawned on the other side of the room, but then it like started spawning as it started moving. I don't understand how your laser works, lady. Okay. Ow. But they're not aiming at me. Which is like great and terrible. Oh, 3? Shit. Thought it was only 2. Well, you're doing it again. I fucked up. I like the aesthetic design of this boss a lot. How it like turns into a skull when it's all floaty, but like it has a face when it's in its other mode. Okay, I think it might just kind of spawn where you are, so the idea is don't move. Oh, maybe not. That one definitely did not spawn on me that time. Oh, it's doing it twice? Doing it twice. And the platform has gotten smaller. The shield, rather. See, now it's got the face, right? How did I mess that up? Oh, that's new. Maybe not. I remember this part. God, I'm playing this bad. Oh, I tried to see if I could just burn it down really quick. You haven't seen anyone using the new character that just dropped, Unica? Unica actually looks pretty cool to me too. Usability-wise. Like, she is a character I'd be interested in playing, but I'm not picking up the new... I'm not picking up the newer DLC anytime soon. I'm gonna wait for it to go on sale, basically. And Street Fighter 6, I'm like... I don't want to say I'm over that game, but I did get a little bit annoyed with some stuff going on in that game in a way that has kept me from going back. Not the least of which is, despite Manon kind of being considered pretty weak by most people, Obviously, I'm not playing at, like, top level, so there's only so much I can be like, ooh, my character's nerfed. Like, it doesn't matter for my level of play. But it is frustrating to see my character get nerfed over and over when I know they're not, like, broken in any way. And arguably pretty weak and have been since the beginning of the game. You haven't touched 6 since Rashid dropped. I played it a little bit after that. But speaking of Rashid, I played a little bit of Rashid for like a week or something. And wow, let me tell you, Rashid felt fucking powerful as hell compared to Manon. I was playing him like at a Manon. My ability to play Rashid felt like it was as strong as my ability to play Manon after playing Rashid for like half a day. And it's just because Rashid's tools were that much better, you know? And like, that is frustrating. I know Manon as a grappler, like, her game plan is never necessarily going to be the super stable game plan. I'm not necessarily looking for that as a Manon main. But it would be nice to feel like I can put myself in a powerful situation once or twice. And Rashid definitely feels like he can put himself in a powerful situation. Doing it 3 times, okay. I keep fucking like jumping into these. Oh, that one disappeared before I got on it. Rashid was really good in 5, so you're not shocked he's good in 6? Sure. I mean, there's a slew of other bits about 6 that have been a little bit frustrating for me. Like, they also did, how do I put this? They did not do Ed dirty. They did me dirty with Ed. Like, they did me personally dirty with Ed. Like, Ed is really cool in Street Fighter 6, but he is not even, like, remotely the same character. In any way does it feel like he's even a little bit the same character. And it's not just because of the input stuff, which, like, I have feelings about Marvel, or not Marvel, modern controls. And I'll go into them in just a sec, because, like, yeah, I'll go into them in a moment. Let's see what this guy has to say about the bird leaving. Which last bird? So in theory, like, we might just be... This is why I said we might finish this game tonight. There might only really be a last boss left, but those thorn things, those, like, couple of thorn areas are really making me think there's got to be another bigger thing. At least one more big thing. I don't know. Well, sorry, Spear Lady. I didn't expect you to be dead. Chisel engraved wounds. It's just a second bunch of these? Okay. Emits ghostly sound when approaching hidden corners. What's that? Does that mean, like, invisible walls? We're gonna put it on. We're gonna see if we can figure out what the fuck that means. Hi, Angel Lady.
El corazón descendido acorta irrefrenablemente el tiempo de descanso entre sus estruendosos latidos y nos anuncia así el inminente nacimiento del nuevo hijo. Apurad vuestros pasos hasta su encuentro, penitente.
You got it, lady.
El corazón descendido acorta apurad vuestros...
Okay. Okay, so modern controls. I was an Ed main in 5. And part of that was because of his control scheme. It was something that I think felt good and frankly was much more my pace than inputs often allow me to feel. I have kind of struggled in a lot of fighting games where I feel like my brain is better at them than my fingers, even if I am sitting there practicing my fucking ass off to get shit to, like, to not mess up my combos, right? And Ed, because you only had to deal with motion controls for supers, meant that I felt able to more reliably not mess up my combos. Like, I could go and practice some stuff in a training room, and then I could go and do it in a match. I didn't have the giant break between doing it in a match and doing it in practice. It made it feel like practice was actually useful, rather than me going into practice and being like, I can do it 10 times in a row in the fucking training room, and I can't do it once in a match. You know? Like, that wouldn't happen. And that felt great. I loved Ed for that. I was like, dang, they really, like, solved modern controls, so to speak. But modern in Street Fighter 6 is not that. It is not a character built to use modern, to take advantage of modern controls in a specific way. It's not a character built with the controls in mind. And so modern controls in FF6 constantly feel like you are either really missing out on a bunch of your tools, which doesn't feel good, or I mean, that's really what it feels like to me. But the bigger issue, because I'm this weirdo who plays fighting games on a fight stick, but is not good at the motion input stuff, Ed made sense. Ed and that version of Modern felt like it had a fight stick in mind. And modern controls in FF6 feel so fucking bad on a fight stick. So wildly bad on a fight stick. And it's because you have to, no matter what you do, you have to bind all 8 buttons. Because you only have light, medium, heavy, and a special, you can't do any of the 2-button shortcuts for, like, grabs and parries and DI. You have to use the fucking buttons for them. And to get to, like, access to a chunk of your moves, you need to have that, like, auto button, the, like, auto combo button or whatever, which is how you, like, access your EX moves. It's how you access some number of moves in the air. You need to be able to, like, hold it down, but that means, like, I could not find a button layout where you literally need all 8 buttons no matter what you're doing. They all fucking matter. And one of them has to be something you can hold down while still touching at least 3 of the other ones. Really, while touching 4 of the other ones. So, like, either you have to make that a pinky button that you're holding down and then trying to, like, carefully do these 4 fingers for your light, medium, heavy, and special, or you need the hold on your thumb and you have to fucking stretch for that pinky to get special or whatever you have over there. Like, there's just not a comfortable way to play Modern on a fight stick. And it fucking sucks. It's so frustrating. Because Ed made sense and worked on a fight stick. And that version of modern Control's character in Street Fighter V worked and felt like it was, like, built with that shit in mind. And, like, I know Modern has been really successful in Street Fighter VI for, like, a lot of people getting into fighting games. I'm not trying to say, like, oh my god, I hate Modern, like, Modern sucks, take it out of the game. No, I'm not saying that at all. But as someone who likes fighting games a lot and frankly would benefit from modern controls. Like, there's a reason why I played Ed. It was, the control scheme was a big part of why I played Ed. And so then them bringing out Ed and, like, they made him so different. They made him motion controls, not even with, like, just a couple of quarter circles, but you have fucking DP motions and stuff in there as well. Like, he doesn't play and doesn't physically feel like the same character anymore. And, like, that fucking sucks. For me. Like, it just feels bad. But yeah. Those are some of my feelings on modern controls. Like, the way modern controls can warp certain matchups and games and stuff, like, I don't really care that much about those. That, I just kind of am like, whatever. It's the way they, like, really don't work for me, and don't work for letting me even, like, engage with the character that used to be my main, who used to be the quote-unquote modern controls character. Just really sucks to me, and, like, feels bad from a, like, from just a, like, how does it make me feel perspective. Not even a, like, how can I play this game perspective. And then you look at what they did to things like, well, I'm playing Manon, and part of the reason I liked Manon is she does grappling and is not Zangief, which I like. But she also doesn't have DP motions, which I like. I'm bad at DP motions. And I know that's a me thing. God dang it, guys spawning on the ground. But heck, man, heck. Hey, guy. I have a bunch of seeds. I'm gonna put some seeds in here. I have given wax seed. I would like to plant another seed. I know, giant dude. Keep milking your baby. I'm just planting some seeds here. It's just 3. Did I just have 3 more? Oh no, I got one more. You never use Modern? You're too stubborn? I don't use Modern when I do play Street Fighter 6. It's just this, like, really frustrating thing for me because Modern felt like it could have been... At least Modern could have been for me. Okay, I think there's at least one more wax seed, I guess. Okay. What's left here? Whatever with these. I know there's at least one other spot that I didn't mark, but... we got something going on with these thorn walls. Oh, I got the last bed. Got the last bed thing. Oops. You're sure it would have benefited you on Ken? Maybe. You're just bad at Street Fighter for some reason. For some reason, anime fighters and tag games always click with you. It's funny, I used to be... there's a checkbox by that guy. What the heck? I used to be a lot more Street Fighter and not anime slash tag fighter than I am now. I think Strive really not changed my feelings on that, but like gave me a better appreciation, I guess, for anime and tag fighting in general. That speed or method, I guess. Okay, I would love to take it, guy. What's up? A new thing. Create a barrier of thorns that inflict my asthma damage. 7,800. I don't have enough. Shoot. Oh, I got the last two lumps of gold as well. Okay. Is there any other check mark on, like, a place that I just didn't notice? Usually shops. No check marks on any of those. Alright, let's go to Golden Land. Strive did a good job. So, here's like actually the thing that I think has, at the very least, made me feel like I'm more of an anime player now. Street Fighter has always had this fucking... why am I going like this? Has always had this, like, really obtuse way of making combos work. Where, like, certain moves have this many juggle hits that you're allowed to do before someone will drop out, and these moves will add to it, and those moves will subtract to it. And, like, oh, just... it's such a weird, convoluted system that, like, I really appreciated how in Strive it was like, hey, does this move come out fast enough to hit this person before they are hitting the ground? Yes, it combos. And I'm like, oh, it's that simple. I can just do a move and it fucking works. I don't hit this arbitrary thing where, like, I launch them super into the air and then jump up and, like, punch them and it just goes through them because they're not juggleable anymore. Like, that just doesn't happen in Strive, and kinda in anime games in general that I've seen. And holy shit do I appreciate that compared to how restrictive Street Fighter feels after that. Like, just absolutely restrictive after playing Strive. And then 2x KO. And, like, there are other games that have arbitrary systems. I'm thinking of, like, KI, where, like, you could keep comboing and they will fall out. The way their combo thing is structured, but, like, they have the meter, and I know, some of the devs behind the Invincible one are those KI guys, Double Helix. And they are putting some amount of that system into... Why did I do this whole gold thing to get this? That's all it gives you? I thought I was going to open like a new zone or something. They kind of have that same system where, like, you have to do things to extend your combo, otherwise you need to cash it out. Because the combo will end. And, like, that's its own kind of convoluted system, but something I appreciate about that is you can keep doing your combo. Like, it doesn't end because we have just arbitrary... Like, how do I get to the other side of this room? It doesn't end arbitrarily. It ends because there's this meter and there's play around, like, when to break a combo. Are they going to try to extend their combo, or are they going to end it here? Like, there's play and counterplay around that is interesting, that you don't get from, just how wildly arbitrary and restrictive Street Fighter can feel. Like, God, the number of times you do, like, a sick anti-air that looks like it should juggle and you just can't do anything. And it feels so bad. Did I just never go up here? Is this what I missed? No. Okay, it looks like I must have gone up there. Oh, this was a shortcut opening. Okay. Like a way down I missed somewhere? There's the thorns I can't get through. There's another gate there. Like, it seems like there's a whole nother fucking section under here. And that whole briar thorn thing, I just can't deal with. Combo windows in Strive always felt great. Oh yeah. The combo system in Strive feels so fucking good compared to Street Fighter. It is. It is a big part of why I'm like, maybe I'm not a Street Fighter player after all. Like, Street Fighter's always gonna have a place in my heart. I understand the pacing of Street Fighter. I appreciate a lot of what Street Fighter does, but the actual playing of it, I think there's a lot of fighting games that maybe do it better these days. For feel. And then they gave me Ed and took him away, those motherfuckers.